Why did Paul call himself the chief of sinners? After all, aren't we saints, new creations, children of God? Are we simultaneously saint and sinner? Do we have two identities? Maybe that's what Paul meant. Well, as you dig a little deeper into the context of Paul's statement, he's talking about his life as an unbeliever. That's right, before salvation, as he was involved in assassinating church members. Literally, he was killing Christians. Remember that in the book of Acts, he stood by and gave hearty approval at the stoning of Stephen. So when Paul called himself the chief of sinners, it was like he was saying, I set a record. I set a record for sin, and yet God saved me and used me to write a majority of the New Testament epistles. Think about it. That's an incredible message for you and me today. After all, who have you killed lately? Maybe your sins are small and your God is big, and He has qualified you. So when Paul called himself the chief of sinners, it would be like, oh, I don't know, Tiger Woods or Jack Nicklaus saying, I'm the greatest golfer of all time. And yet Jack doesn't play anymore, does he? Tiger still plays, but Jack doesn't play. And so for Jack to say he's the greatest golfer of all time, you'd say, Jack, what are you talking about? You don't play golf anymore. Well, Jack would say, exactly, but I'm talking about the records that I set, the championships that I won. And so, in the same vein, the Apostle Paul is calling himself a chief of sinners. He hit a record, a world record, for heinous and shockingly evil sin as he was killing God's own children. So do you see his point? His point is not that you and I should wallow in some lesser identity of being a dirty, rotten sinner. No, his point was, look at how ginormous the love and grace of God is, that God would save a person like me who betrayed Him and even killed His own children. So, do you see how big God's grace is for you? Perhaps you consider yourself to be a chief of sinners, looking at your track record. But here's the great news. You've been crucified, buried, and raised to newness of life. You're not a sinner by nature anymore. You're a saint who sometimes sins. And that's more than semantics. That makes all the difference. To realize that at the core of your being, there's been a DNA swap. You're not the same person you used to be. The old self is dead, buried, and gone. You're a new creation. Now, you're a chief of righteousness. That's right. The Bible even says that, so to speak, in Romans chapter 6. It tells you that you're a slave of righteousness, harnessed and connected to Jesus forever. Sin will never satisfy because you, my friend, are not simultaneously saint and sinner. You're a saint at the core, holy, righteous, and blameless forever.